Let's go through Lico 838, which is dominance. Uh, so it gives us string, and this string has three types of charts: left, right, and dot. So it lets us that represent the initial state of the dominance, and for any chart left. So that means this domino has been pushed to the left. In R means this domino has been pushed to right. In a dot means there is not being pushed. So um, it has the rule. For example, let's look at the dominance rule. So for this one, right? So we'll say it will return because this is going to push right and this push to left, but there is one in the middle, so it will not change. And this also a right? So the result will be R, L, R. And let's look at the second example. This left will push to left, so there is a left here. This will go right? Go to right. And because this one is going to left, so this part there is an R left and dot, so it will become this, right? And also this is going to right, so it will be right, and this is going to left, so R left, and so this will be final state, right? So let's look at what kind of status possible status it has. So we'll say if there is 2 points, it is R left, right? So and the closest non-dot domino, right? So in this case, what we want is that the final state is that it will become like this R left and R left, right? So these kind of states, if there is an R left pair, we can use the two pointers, left pointer, right pointer, right, to fill the dots inside. And this is case one, right? Case two is this is R, this is this is left, this is right? So so what this one is doing for its left. So for any dots between this R and the right, there is no change. So this is the second case. The third case is that, for example, this is R, this is left, this is left. So what will change is that from this kind of left to this left, they were all going to change to left. The fourth is that this is R. So from the previous R to this R, all of the dot is going to change to R. So there are only four choices. So what we do is that we just go through, use a char called the last character, and also use two variables. One is called last char, another is last index, which represent this last char is those kind of chars is not, which is not a dot. For example, we can only be left or right. And the last index will be the positions where the last char of left or right appears. And then for example, I see the last char is left in the current, and I find the current, right? Current, for example, is R. Then I do nothing between the last char I plus one to current R. And if I see the last char is right and the current is left, then I do two pointers. And if the last is R left, currently select. Then I just fill from the last index plus one to I minus one, right? And then also the R and R, then do the same thing. So code will be kind of straightforward. We use two variables, right? Um, and if we do two variables, let's look. We need to have a special consideration about the first R or left, right? And in order, this kind of for example, the left and the R or left and the right, right? Or we have special case about the last left or last R, right? So in order to handle this special case is that we can add a left char at index, or say index minus one, and add a right char at index n, right? So doing like this kind of dummy char, the first appeared left or right, we can do same cases as what we summarize here. So we don't need to do special cases about the first one, right? So we just have a dummy one. That means if um, the previous one is we consider that is left, and also we'll consider the last one is right. So it's like this. And for these four scenarios, we can change it to two scenario because for this one is just ignore, right? Don't need to do anything. We can consider this scenario, and also last char equals current char, right? This can be summarized as one. So let's write code for this. Um, so we'll say char array equals Dominoes to char array. Then we're going to let's have a char last char. Last char equals so I see we add a left character at the beginning, and we have int n equals array dot length, and the last index of course minus one, right? So we like for every dominance we add a left here, right? So that we and also at the end we are going to add a right, so that the middle part we can use a uh, general case. Okay, consider a general every character is the same, right? So what we do is that we are going to do like this for int I. For int I equals 0, I smaller equal to n, I plus plus, and we'll say char c equals, so I equal if equals n, right? That means we add another r at the end. Otherwise, it will be array. Right, this. So what we do is that if c equals this one, we just continue, right? And we'll say if c equals left and last char equals r, right? In this case, we need to have a two pointers. So what we do is that the int left equals the last index plus one, and the right equals I minus one, right? So what we do is that while this kind of left smaller than right, then we're going to have array left plus plus equals r, right? And also array right minus equals left. So this is um, filling these cases, right? All these cases. And also, uh, you will see else if we have left or right can have a same case. Last the char equals C, right? Then what we do is that for the J equals last index plus one is smaller than I, J plus and array J equals C, right? Of course, finish when we for every for loop we should update the last char equals to C in the last index equals I. Then we return new string array. It will be ON time complexity. Let's also have the Python code for this. Because we want to change change this string, right? So we need to convert this one equals list. And we're going to have uh, last index uh, last char and n equals last index is -1 and the last char is left. We add a left at index -1 dummy one, right? And this will be length array. And what do is for I in range n plus 1. Um, so C equals R if I equals n, else array I, right? So say if C equals dot, we continue. And I will say um, if C equals last channels, this is current series. So if C equals left and the last char equals right, in this case, we need two pointers. So we're going to have left, right equals last index plus 1, right equals I minus 1, right? While left smaller than right. Then we'll have array left equals R, array right equals left. And we're going to have left should increase by 1, and the right should decrease by 1, right? And we're going to have else if C equals the last char. Then we're going to have for J in range last index plus 1 to I. We're going to have array J equals C, right? And we're going to have last char equals C and the last index equals I. So what we return is just join this, return join array.